Alright, Chapter 5, Operational Procedures. Operation converted with a dual fuel Muse engine generator set. Be either diesel or diesel natural gas mode of operation control with on-site engine control panel, switchgear panels from remote site, and operated with either standalone electrical generation standby synchronizer provided power electrical grid 160 volts, 5-1 diesel operation only. Diesel operation could be manual, local, automatic, remote, automatic control, manual operation utilized with the engine control panel, selector switches, engine control panel, figure 4.2, be appropriate. Set of manual diesel operation engine started brought to speed about with the operator who must verify temperature, pressure, engine speed, other measurement. As unit warms, brought to the operating speed. The unit is synchronized with the power grid, voltage, frequency, phase, angle of the breakers is closed. The unit is loaded with the desired power level. All these manual operations perform the same manner as for the Muse diesel engine generator has converted with the dual fuel operation. In addition to the engine control unit, as part of the installation, dual fuel system is made with the possible operate the unit a completely automatic mode. Automatic mode of operation is also set with the electric switches of the engine control panel and mode with the operation actuation single start switch initiate sequence actions required to produce through all steps to start from the engine to close electrical breaker to the electrical grid to load unit actuation of the stop switches because the reverse procedure brings a unit to a stop. The actions take place during the remote automatic control with identical to those of the local automatic control. Exemptions is start and stop switches, remote location of the digital computer status screens are provided with a remote signal. This details you the automatic mode of operation discussed in sections below. 5.2 Natural gas dual fuel operation. Natural gas operation refers to dual fuel operation. Approximately 95% of the fuel required for the run the engine generator set is provided with the natural gas. About 5% of the diesel fuel used as the ignition source of the natural gas charge. Natural gas operation requires automatic control, manual, local control not an option. This is because the operation natural gas mode requires several operators to start up and run routines essential but not easily performed in manual mode. It also because of the automatic operation serves to ensure that the conditions with safety interlocks are provided for the natural gas operation satisfied prior to the natural gas firing. Engine is always started in the diesel mode and only after the engine has started reaches the speed of 900 RPM with the normal operating speed of 900 RPM's unit transfer for the natural gas operation. Similarly, the engine automatically transfer the natural gas diesel operation at 900 RPM before coming offline. When the unit of the online generating power is made, transfer the natural gas to diesel operation for any several faults that can arrive at the final corrects during the course of the operation return natural gas operation automatically occur. Other faults may cause the permanent transfer of the diesel operation may cause the immediate shutdown of the unit. Transfer of the diesel operation of the natural gas of reverse natural occur automatically without interruption of power generation. 5.3 Automatic control. The auto start flow chart shown in figure 5.1 auto start indicated with either with a remote site with the engine control panel with the status level software routines parameters included with the auto start. 9-time parameters indicate low right hand corner. Figure 5.3 indicate various time intervals involved with the startup procedure. Step 2 after receiving the startup of the request for the auto start with the verify that the engine is not running. Leak detection system checks is made in step 3 to ensure that the combustible species are present with the airspace of the engine. How the exhaust fan is turned on and an airflow measurement is made to verify with the proper operation exhaust blower at the point of the main gas valves, valve 1 and 2. See with the figure 4.2 with the control cutoff valve. Figure 4.10 open briefly to charge natural gas to all lines downstream of the valve 1 and 2. Valve 1 and 2 are closed with the pressure downstream lines of the monitoring to the terminal for T3 seconds. No changes in pressure indicate with the gas line integrity to adequate with the proceed with the gas cutoff valve then close the valve 1 and 2 are open. At the point where the control walks the engine through the normal startup proceed with the pre-lubricating sound of the starting alarm blaring engine at T seconds to the check the ensure with the T6 seconds to ensure that the parameter of the either proper range starting with a indicate with a ready start with a relay with the cranking engine step 16 after start and control ramps engines of the operating speed with the engine signal with the governor at 900 RPM, the synchronizers enable the generator brought into the synchronizing operational electrical grid, utilizing fixed signals to synchronize the controllers. These signals adjust the engine speed, provide the signals with the governor up or down. Electrical breaker with the grid closed with the up on sequencing controller proceed with the increased electrical load generated until the reach of the diesel operating level, normally 1500 kilowatts. Engine automatically changes the natural gas operation of the loads passing 300 kilowatts. Any several reasons will cause the engine to be stopped, including the detection of the hazardous gas, the engine space failure to exhaust can, opening the valve, the temperature switch, receipt with a stop signal. Other faults may cause operation engine shift the diesel fuel operation unit on out of specification variable to return acceptable values. 531 Auto Start Software. Software function important auto starting, running of the engine generator steps are discussed below. Basic gas operation routine defined with the engine mode that is switched with the gas operation prescribed variables are in order to control monitors all in engine gas system. Electrical parameters ensure that each of the prescribed range gas operation out of range parameters may cause the engine to automatically switch to diesel operation until the variable returns acceptable values. SY, the route enables the controller to the AC power synchronizer cause the synchronizer send signal to the controller to speed up and slow down the engine. As electric synchronization is achieved, synchronizing causes main circuit breaker to close. Engine run relay must be open to activate with the control circuit that keeps the engine running. The closing causes the engine to shut down. CNC, crank engine routine, energizes the start relay, causes the starter motor driven with the compressor air to spin with the controller hold of the start relay for the maximum 20 seconds. The expectation that the engine will start in time. Engine speed will increase above the threshold value of 200 RPMs. At this point, the control disables the crank engine routine signal begins with cranking signal begins performing other control functions. If the engine fails to start, the control attempts to start with the engine, waiting for the 1 minute until the starting air pressure builds up to the satisfactory level. The control again recycles the prelude with the engine bearing start before attempting a restart. RTS, ready to start signal is required for the engine start sequence and can commence with the control wheel. Wait maximum 5 minutes of the following initiation of the engine bearing procedure for the activity of the ready to start signal. Long time interval will cause the fault to be displayed and lock out from the gas operation. Electrical mode determination. Routine allows the control to determine whether the unit is operating a single generator unit or parallel to a bus. It accomplishes the controller first increase the speed set point with the engine slightly with the monitoring speed of the load. Load increase the unit determined by the parallel controller will workload the engine and set point with power rating. If the speed increase of the controller determines if the unit is operating similarly, will work to maintain an engine speed of 900 RPMs equal to 60 Hertz. Gas pressure test. Before the full gas supply is allowed for the engine housing, gas pressure test must prove successful. An initial condition is the engine must be not running. The engine controller must receive the start signal either from the remote control center or from the engine control panel. It will then turn on ventilating fan, monitoring both of the ventilation, airflow signals, leaking detection signal. Both of these respond to the satisfactory control. Will send signals to the gas control cutoff valve, gas main valves 1 and 2, and approximately 3 seconds to close valve 1 and 2, but it keeps off the gas cutoff valve open. The controller will short period of the time pressure of the stabilizer of the gas fuel cut valve. These reproduce the signal with the two gas pressures. The transducer of the readings must be between 5% of each of the other and with above 50 psi. Controller waits 60 seconds again, reads the two pressure sensor. The signals must again with the 5%, each of the no more than 5 psi. Less than the first reading. Such that the test constitute with the pass pressure test at the point where the gas cutoff valve will close the valve 1 and 2 with the open with the anticipation running on the gas. The test fail. If the test fails because no gas was emitted into the system, control will start the engine to operate. It's on diesel. The engine control unit will indicate the low gas pressure test failed. If the test failed due to the dropping pressure of the engine control unit will indicate a failed gas pressure test. For later site inspection, system resets required before the further gas operation event where the engine control unit does not receive the satisfactory signal. Fan flow the leak detection measurement indicates such will not perform gas pressure test will not start again. Gas inlet valve sequencer. The valve sequencer board is in the engine control unit. Process input signals for the flywheel sensor control of the gas inlet valve timing. The valve sequencer processor operates the gas inlet valve receiver and enables the signal of the main controller, then returns the signal of the main controller indicating operation of the gas inlet valve satisfactory for the main control of the gas inlet valve operation. Valve sequencer processor does not return status operational signal. Gas operation prevented. Main controller displays valve sequencer fault on the status screen. The valve sequencer processor is programmed to examine the crankshaft input signal clarity, operational limited valve sequence, and processor defects does not operate gas inlet valves. However, the valve sequence processor is programmed so signal effects are corrected with the resume operation. Manual control determines if too many fault has been detected by the valve sequence processor to continue gas operation. If gas operation unsuccessful, give the number of the attempt of the main control stop attempt to initiate the gas operation. Call the problem to detect the valve sequence processor display and 4 indicating lights on the board itself. The door of the engine control unit must be open to view these lights. R532 Alarm Logic. In order for the engine control unit to allow gas operation condition indicated with the alarm chart table 5.1 must be met without the condition of not meet, the engine control unit will transfer operation diesel unit operation. The engine control unit determine the condition once again operating range gas operation will continue in order for the alarm to occur with the signal must fall outside of the either high or low limit. The alarm condition is cleared once the signal either rises above the low alarm clear limit or falls below the higher alarm clear limit. Once the alarm is cleared, the engine control unit will wait for a time after the clear period before resuming gas operation. Many two faults occur with a set period of time, number of faults before long pause. Engine control unit will wait for a long pause time before resuming gas operation. If sequence occurs more than a maximum number of pauses before lockout, engine control unit will not allow the further gas operation unit problem to be resolved. Engine control unit status message. Engine control unit decides to switch between diesel and dual fuel operation based on predetermined limits of the RPM, temperature, pressure, switches, etc. Says gas operation displayed on the status screen. The screen automatically displays the faults and any conditions that occur. The message then appears on the status screen. Explanations of them as follows. Valves in normal range on and off gas. Message will occur with the engine control unit either on gas or ready to on gas. All system parameters within acceptable limits of abnormal valves. Values on, off, shut off gas. List all the values exceeding their abnormal range shall not be in critical gas operation. Gas operation suspended or gas system fault. Both the messages have the same result, but the engine will result of the diesel operation. Gas operation suspends indicate that there is no need for concern. Gas system fault indicates the engine is not operating properly. The engine will resume gas operation of valve values. Faults return to acceptable range. Engine control locked out on faults shows the engine control determined too many of the faults. One kind of the occurred. The engine will not run on gas until the problem has been fixed. After the problem is remedied, the alt or home buttons on the set screen are acknowledge the fault. Long and pause in process. Engine control unit has determined long period of time and usual the need for the reattempting gas operation. Alt and home buttons on status screen shortcut the wait is unnecessary. The pilot stop test out. Alt and page down buttons status screens are simultaneously depressed. Pilot fuel rams will be activated when the engine is off gas and not running. The MR and EN enable is off. The gas pressure is less than 25 psi. Pilot stop test cancel occurs when one of the above conditions is not met. Replace either canister that indicate there is less than 30 seconds with either end left. The canister that should not be replaced and should be replaced. Reset the ether. The ether canister of the cold start system and replace the engine control unit should be informed of the canister are full. This is done simultaneously pressing Alt page up buttons on the status screen. To confirm the resetting, press up page up button. Attention engine control unit SPC53 battery low. Rare message of the low computer CPU battery that needs to be reported to the ECI. In installation engine control unit message should appear when the power of the engine is being seen repeatedly and may indicate the power of the engine control unit is inconsistent. Initializing error. Mission indicates the computer memory and hardware is faulty. Engine control unit hardware is not responding. Hardware fault. The message occurs with one of the peripheral computer cards is faulty. 4. The engine control unit. The engine control unit microprocess base control of their main engine parameters, such as the engine is speed, gas inlet, valve timings, monitor engine performance record, display important operating data. The engine just diagnostic data required for the maintenance purposes. Engine control unit completely integrated existing the engine control panel with local control for the engine control panel can be used for the originally intended for the local operations for the engine control unit can be used for the fully automatic operation utilizing monitoring control functions already available on the engine control panel and switchgear and adding to them as required. Engine control unit screen, status screen. From the data from the engine control unit can be obtained with the engine control unit status screen figure 5.2 located with the engine control panel. Information such as the exhaust temperatures over the system temperature, pressure, gas system faults, conditions can be read on the status panel display. To reach the desired information on the screen, press page up, page down buttons. It's necessary for the panel also maybe to initiate other functions such as air ram test cycles, pressure, certain combustion combinations of buttons. Figure 5.3 shows an order of the title screen with available to using the page up, page down buttons of the menu titles, specifically the information needed for the dual engine fuel engine can be accessed. To access fault history, scroll page down with the items listed. Skip the fault histories page down through the items listed and page up button. Other buttons like sequence control the status signature files. Alt page down, rack stop button. Alt home acknowledges alarm. Alt page up either resets and new ether canister have been installed. Home button will return ECI all values unless fault exists, then the home will take you to fault condition. 542 computer interface. Engine control connected with the IBM compatible computer through the series communication port of the computer to laptop. The example can be displayed with the information one time and available to the status screen of the computer. May also be retrieving the data file with the engine control unit. With the engine control unit may have the operating parameters adjust the serial port, making changes to one of the control files, loading a new code with the door over the engine control unit may be used to open in order to gain access to serial port connected to SBC V53 control board. Engine ECI software must be able to communicate engine control unit. Table 5.2 provides guidance for using a laptop communicating engine control unit. 543 using LCD screen editor. The simple change adjustments file with the control text for the store values for the operating perform parameter. The engine control table 5.3. All ARM text stores the parameter values. Alarm setting can be modified without use of a laptop using LCD screens. Note with the effectively the editor you need to be trained and supplied with the ECU ECI to ensure full understanding of the effects of the changes to be made. The editor can only be used on a unit with it not running on gas. ECU functions not otherwise needed with the following steps apply. 1. After starting editor screen will display a text file. Move through the file with the up and down buttons. Select the file with the home button to get the edit mode. Edit mode up and down. Move with the up and down home together. Remove the right up and home together. Move to the left. Up and down toggle together. Toggles between the thumb and the file with the character change mode. Large blink your cursor. Character change up and down. Bottom change of the character over the cursor. Alt button exits and save. 4. When finished, engine control unit automatically resets the running of the control panel program. If unintended several minutes, it will stop the engine control program. Will start automatically. Engine control unit dial-up software. Table 5.2. Discover the hardware requirements, computer, and setup of the files. Use the control keys to access the engine control unit with the remote location. Figure 5.4 shows one of the screens available the graphic output with the remote location along with the nomenclature applied with the entries of the screen. Figure 5.4.5 static protection precautions. Generally, engine control unit chassis should not be opened. Unnecessary troubleshooting procedure requires work to go inside of the engine control unit with a static electricity protection procedures must be followed. Following points should be observed while working inside the engine control unit handling circuit boards. Turn off system power before any computer boards are removed or installed. Put on static ground wrist straps of the 3M Model 2210 before installing circuit boards with checking internal engine control unit connections. Wrap the Velcro strap around one of the wrists. Clip the lead of the metal chassis engine control unit. Be sure the lead stays clipped to the chassis during the work. Do not remove circuit board static protective packing until just before installation. Please replace circuit boards and static protective packaging. Return engine to ECI. Alright, shows your automatic startup flow chart. 1. Receive online requests, RPMs, LDS, 2-step 91 shutdown, retry, fan test, LDS failures of the government kernel valve, flow charts. What the screen looks on the remote charter. Table 5. Laptop communications. Listing computer file control text provides data engine control unit. Table 5.4. Chapter 6 Field Installation Maintenance and Training.